Hey, we've been talking about the church and how sometimes we, as disciples of Jesus, don't always get it right. We make mistakes. We are not perfect followers. We're not perfect disciples. Only Jesus was perfect. So we're going to make our mistakes as we go through our lives. And, sometimes we're really going to mess it up. We'll hurt people's feelings. We'll offend people by some things that we do and say, and we have to come back and we have to ask for forgiveness at times as disciples of Jesus. Now, I want to say this. We sometimes are looking to make other disciples, right? Jesus tells us to go out into the world and make disciples, right? In all the nations. And sometimes we go out and we're like, okay, I'm going to evangelize. I'm going to tell other people about Jesus, and I'm going to look for like really worthy candidates to come into the kingdom, to be disciples who really, people who display like this warmth, this thing that they have, and I'll know it when I see it, right? And I think we make a mistake by doing it that way sometimes, because I don't know if Jesus really did it that way, right? He was out walking down by the Sea of Galilee one day, and he walks up to these two fishermen, Simon and Andrew, and he says, "Yo, hey, follow me. I want to make you fishers of men." And they're like, "Okay, dude," right? And they drop their nets and they follow Jesus because they had heard him talk. They had heard him speak, and they're like, "Man, we kind of like what this guy's saying." But they're hardened fishermen, right? They're not like polished gems, like shining in the church or in the synagogue, right? They're stinky, smelly fishermen. And then he goes a little further, and Jesus sees two other guys, James and John, and their dad Zebedee. And he says, "Hey, you two guys, follow me. I'll make you fishers of men." And James and John drop their nets, and they're like, "See you, Pop. We're going to follow Jesus." And they go and they follow Jesus. Now, if you know anything about Andrew, Simon, Peter, James, and John, you know that these guys are not A1 candidates to be disciples. Peter is a loudmouth. He speaks out of turn. He thinks after he talks, right? And stuff falls out, and then he sticks his foot back in his mouth to make sure nothing else falls out. James and John are more concerned about being loud and sons of thunder, they were called. Loud mouths who spoke out of turn. And when Jesus was talking about what the kingdom of heaven was like, they're like, "Hey, man, we want to sit on your right and your left hand when you come into your kingdom." And Jesus is like, "Dudes, you guys are missing all this. You're missing the point." So these guys are not polished gems, right? They're not diamonds in the rough. Oh, maybe they are. Maybe they are diamonds in the rough, and other people just couldn't see it. So as we in the church evangelize by our words and our actions and bringing people into the kingdom, don't discriminate. Right? Don't go, "Well, that guy's worthy and that guy's not worthy. That guy, oh no, that's too much work. We're not going to do that. Oh, this guy looks like a gem," right? No, we throw that net out there and we pull everybody in. And then whoever wants to come, let them come. May God continue to pour his grace, mercy, and blessings on each and every one of us until we get to meet again. Amen. Amen.